This post brought to you while I do yoga poses. You'll see what I mean. For this post, I don't have anything incredibly insightful to say, but there was a quote in here that I really liked, that also related to a discussion earlier in here, and then reflect a little bit on class with relation to that, and that's it. So the quote is on page 133 in chapter 5. It says, contact improvisers, on the other hand, consciously cultivate a more natural stance, walking as they would walk down the street rather than performing a dancer's walk. This stance signifies that each person is different from every other person and is just a person being or behaving, not a person performing. Which goes back to, I think, what a lot of this chapter was about, which was about individuality in the collective, and sort of the non-hierarchical nature of contact, and also alongside of that, the non-sort of categorical nature of contact. So it talks about this part. There's a big conversation about gender and gender roles, and in contact improvisation duet, each member, male or female, must be ready to give or take weight, to support, to resist, or to yield as called by for the interaction. So it's about sort of a non-hierarchical system, and that works because it's about weight sharing, and it's about sensing what's going on by touch, which is inherently non-hierarchical. It's not cognitive. It's not cognitive and critical in the way that our society is really based on. And in that creation of our society, then we started creating hierarchy, which then started creating all these things like oppression. So they don't really talk in here about gender, and not only just how gender is in roles, but all the problematic nature of gender and how we have defined it, and that's another post for another day. But it will be a good one. But yeah, so basically, I think that what's really interesting about the concept is that it is both, it's individual, recognizing that every single person is different, every single person is unique, and that's actually something I was talking about with Michaela during class today. I was saying I really love working with different people in the class because everyone's different. Like, every person's body is different, so we all have different heights, we have different weights, but like even down to that, like we move differently, like we lead with different parts of our body. People bend in different ways, people do whatever, people are stronger here or stronger there or whatever it is. So it makes working with different people really exciting. And I think like in a class where we're all exploring these different things, like being able to move around and feel what one thing felt like this with Michaela, then when I was explaining it, the basic concept with Nico and Cecil, it was completely different. So that's sort of where the individual piece comes in, but it's this cool concept where if you can accept everyone as an individual and the small differences or big differences that are there, then we can work together as a really interesting unit. And I think that actually kind of reminds me of the exercise we did at the beginning of class where we were all walking in a line. Like that was like a collective moment, and thinking about in theater, done just a lot of exercises that are like that, where it's communication, the whole group has to make decisions without saying a word. And so so I think that we were doing that today in class, and in a way you do that in contact all the time. Like there should be a sense of collective community agreements and energy and decision making going on to a certain extent, if we're really tuned into each other. But part of that is only going to come if you're paying attention to yourself as an individual and the individuals around you. So like Junior was next to me, and as we were walking, like we had to pay such close attention to each other in order for us to be able to get the feedback of how much we should be moving. So that's my thought of the week, is the relationship between individuality and difference and shared community and communication and what that means in contact. Oh, bye.